morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice Radio. So today, we need to look at Carracosta GX. Gonna be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, did not expect to be getting one of these, and also, I adore the artwork here, ladies and gentlemen. It is absolutely beautiful. I love it. I absolutely love it. And also, did not expect to be getting a Carracosta GX anytime soon, so that's kind of cool. Now, if we start off with the basics, it's a fighting Pokemon. That means you can use Diancie Prism Star to do a little bit of extra damage. It means you can use Martial Arts Dojo to do a little bit of extra damage. It means you can use Black Belt to reduce your energy cost, which is kind of nice. It means you're hitting weakness on Pikachu and Zekrom, which is also kind of nice. And then it's got a retreat cost of 4, which means you can use buff padding to give yourself an extra 50 HP. And it means that post-rotation, when we've got very bad Pokemon searching options, we can search it out using Pokemaniac. 250 HP is as high as it gets for GXs, so that's pretty wonderful. And the weakness to grass is honestly, unless you come across something like a Celebi and Venusaur, which would be bad news bears, it's kind of irrelevant. I love this. It's absolutely wonderful. The basics here are great. Now, it is a restored Pokemon, and restored Pokemon suck. But the good news is we've got Laboratory. And Laboratory is a card we looked at this week. I'll pop a link in the description, whereby you search your deck for 2 Pokemon that evolved from unidentified fossil and put them straight onto the bench. Now, quick ruling query. Carracosta does not evolve from unidentified fossil. Tortuga does. That's pretty important. So you cannot get your stage 2 directly out onto the bench, but what you can do is get your basic, or your stage 1, your Tortuga, and then get double turn 2 Carracosta GX. That's pretty gosh darn good. And the saddest thing about Carracosta GX is that we've just lost Max Potion. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it has got one whole heap of a fun ability here. The ability reads, if this Pokemon has full HP, it takes 90 less damage from attacks. 90! That's ludicrous. I mean, we were saying recently that Metal Core Barrier was some phenomenally awesome card, and it's a tool that falls off at the end of your turn and reduces damage done to you by 70, and only works for Metal Pokemon. I mean, that's so much worse than this. This is a genuinely, over-the-top, redonkulous ability. Really silly good ability. But of course, it's only if you've got full HP. And that's pretty bad. Incidentally, the translation here is a mixture of Google Translate and the lovely David Hockman, and I'll probably end up asking Joe some questions from Cerebi as well. Team effort, go team! So here, you just want to have full HP. That's your goal. That is your plan here. You want full HP. Okay. Thing is, there's quite a lot of ways to damage this. Because, I mean, the easiest for your opponent, the most annoying for you, Shrine of Punishment. Shrine of Punishment puts 1 damage counter on Pokemon EX and GX between turns. If your opponent pops this down, they can put 1 damage counter on all your Carracosta, and all of a sudden you lose the ability. That's pretty sad. Or they can just spread a bit of damage, or they can just attack you. It's not that difficult. You're also a GX, and this is one of those abilities that counts on your opponent's turn. So your opponent can just play down Power Plant and then attack you. And I've talked about this in a couple videos lately, and I'm only going to keep doing so. Power Plant takes away your ability. So the question is, do you need the ability on your turn, or do you need the ability on your opponent's turn? This is an ability you need on your opponent's turn when they're attacking, so they can drop a Power Plant and it goes very, very badly, very, very quickly. Now, of course, we did look at a new card just a couple of days ago, which was Great Potion. And Great Potion heals 50 damage from an active Pokemon GX, and that is going to be absolutely great here. The other thing is, you can just play a bunch of healing. To be fair, Great Potion is the best option we've got right now. But it's at least an option here. It's not amazing, but we can work with this, ladies and gentlemen. There's plenty of ways out there to heal. Great Potion's your best one. But even if you only get this once, it's the equivalent of healing 90. Now, we've lost Max Potion. If we had Max Potion, this would be amazing. Because you could leave it in the active, it would have 250 HP, except you put buff padding on so it's got 300 HP, and then the ability means it takes 90 less from attacks and you can Max Potion. I know it's a stage 2, but again, Laboratory in the early game really helps. This would be the best blocker we've got. Highest HP, because even something like Magikarp and Wailord, okay, they can have 300 HP and use buff padding, but that essentially gives them 350. You, with buff padding and the ability, essentially get 390. And I'm sure you guys know this, 390 is more than 350. It is better. So make no mistake about it, ladies and gentlemen, as a blocker, as a Pokemon to just whack in the active, this is phenomenal. Can it attack, though? And the sad part is, I'm not sure if it can. The main attack here, 1 fighting, 3 colourless energy. Your opponent's active Pokemon cannot retreat during their next turn. This was an easy one to go and check with a bunch of others because we've had a million Pokemon that seem to do this lately. Seriously, this is coming up a lot lately. It's a little bit weird. And look, stopping your opponent retreating is going to be way better in a format where we don't have Ace Roller and in a format where we don't have Guzma. But you know what? Who cares? I mean, look, I know it sucks, but there's nothing we can do about it. Nobody has Ace Roller, nobody has Guzma. So, yeah, I like this a lot more in that regard. I like it a lot more. I don't like we're doing 160 for 4 energy. I mean, come on. It's so expensive. Now, the saving grace here is that 3 of them are colourless. So we've got triple acceleration energy. So now it's 1 fighting, 1 triple acceleration energy. Now you're doing 160, and the defending Pokemon cannot retreat during your opponent's next turn. Or you can use Welder with fire energy, or you can use a combination of Naganadel and Quagsire. Although, to be fair, 2 stage 1s plus a stage 2 could be awkward. I think fighting triple acceleration energy is the best way to pay this. That's still 2 energy attachments, one of them still special. It falls off at the end of your turn. So it's not some amazing option here. And I don't know if it's the best option for triple acceleration energy, but it'll work. Turns it into 2 energy attachments, you're hitting 160, that's cool. Is 160 enough? I don't really know. On its own, it's fine. It'll get Dedenne, but then again, Dedenne's weak. 80 would get Dedenne. But with a Diancie Prism Star, you're up to 180, so stuff like Blacephalon's going down. And if you're behind on prizes and there's a martial arts dojo down, then you're doing 220, which is pretty much all your stage 1 GXs. You're not getting tag teams, you're not getting stage 2 GXs, so I don't know. Even with triple acceleration energy making it easier, if I'm putting 4 energy on a stage 2 in 2019, I do want to be able to KO tag team GXs with 1 hit without having to worry about hitting them multiple times. It's fine. I fear it's not amazing. And then we get the GX attack, which is great. The GX attack here, 1 colourless energy. Search your discard pile for as many Pokemon as you like that evolve from unidentified fossil and put them onto your bench. Now this functions in exactly the same way as Laboratory. So you can get Aerodactyl, who incidentally is one of my favourites, but you can't get Kabutops, but you can get Kabuto. That's fairly important. Thing is, we've got Kabutops in the active supporter lock. We've got Omastar, if you've got fewer Pokemon in play, item lock. Although if you're getting this out and then using this ability, or this GX attack, I don't know if you're ever going to have fewer Pokemon in play, so this one might not be amazing for it. But you got Aerodactyl that hits 180 for just a triple acceleration energy. I told you we had better uses. And you're playing fighting energy anyway, so using Carracosta, using a GX attack to get rolling with your Kabutops and Aerodactyl, and playing it as a largely Kabutops Aerodactyl deck with this to get you set up, yes! Now, one very, very, very important point here. Aerodactyl only does 180 if you've got no Pokemon EX or GX in play, so you either need to heal off Carracosta entirely and then discard it off the bench with something like a Giovanni's Exile, or you need to get it KO'd, because for as long as it's on the field, it makes Aerodactyl a lot worse. And you've still got Rampardos, although I think Rampardos again is too gosh darned expensive. So one of the annoying things about the GX attack is that by far one of the best uses is Aerodactyl, and Aerodactyl gets nerfed by Carracosta, somewhat ironically. But there are ways around it. As a blocker, this is a phenomenal card. 250 HP, access to buff padding, great ability. As an attacker, it's underwhelming, because you're only doing 160 for 4 energy, and even with triple acceleration energy, that's a bit weak. And I love the GX attack, but I'm not 100% sure what you're getting with the GX attack here. Because Aerodactyl's amazing, but you're nerfed. Anomastar's amazing, but you need fewer Pokemon in play. Kabutops and Rampardos are good, but then you run into the issue of the energy cost. Either way, this is a very exciting Pokemon. I'm giving it 4 Wassies. Consider playing it in Expanded, where we do have stuff like Max Potion, because it's the best blocker we've got. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I think about Carracosta, but I would like to know what you think about Carracosta. And the artwork. Come on, how great is the artwork? So let me know in the comment section. Go nuts, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWassie, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. And please do make sure you're checking out youtube.com/WassiePlays, where we talk about games that don't have Pokemon in. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.